gentlemen, ndimusyabulela Lengisi, founder kaMr Lofty Entertainment, and namhlanje ndiniphathele Underdogs Glorified. So ke ndiziphe ithuba nathi uba mangenza apha eGugulethu mangene ncokolwe nomntu enifamiliya ngaye, abanye ke abangamaziyo bazova ngaye ngoku ukuba ngubani. So masimbulele ubhuti mangexesha asiphe lona kwi-busy schedule yakhe. Ziba nibona ke kwi-background sibhizi ngomntu obhizi ngempahla apha. Niyayibona imitshini, niyayibona impahla, niyazibona nee-post back. So bhuti wam ndingawenzanga made man, ndicela ubuza wena ngubani?
Igama lam nguThabiso Mokomele. Thabiso Mokomele, this is the founder behind T-Square Clothing. T-Square Clothing is a brand originally founded Ekasi in Gugulethu. At T-Square Clothing, we are making street and urban wear clothes, from your hoodies to your t-shirts, Ipanama, you name them. There's just a lot of things that we make. What makes us unique at T-Square is the fact that we make our own products from scratch, and it sets us apart from our competitors, because when customers visit our factory, they get an in-store experience in seeing their garments coming to life. The business is founded back in 2008, is still in operation. We've got a physical store, Gugulethu Station Park. This is also our factory space that we are using to manufacture these garments. We also have an online platform where customers can go online and buy our products, which is www.tsquaresa.co.za. The business was founded back in 2008, as I had mentioned, when I was still in high school. The reason for starting this business was because I felt that there was a need of starting this clothing brand, because there were no other businesses that were in existence that were coming from Gugulethu to the time I started. And it was big. It was a bit tricky when I started, because I had to make sure that I balance my school and making sure that business on the other side excels. So the challenges that we have encountered as a business was we were affected by COVID. I think you guys know COVID affect. Some people were left without jobs. Some people are still currently looking for jobs, and some businesses have closed down due to COVID. But fortunate enough, the country where we at currently is in a recovery phase. But abantu customers, they are very cautious of their spending and buying habits. So abantu abasathengi ngala ndlela babekade bathenga ngayo. So that is something that had affected the business here too. But at least I think we are recovering. We're still in existence, and we are still in operation. In 2016, I quit my job to focus full time on business. It was a very risky one when I left my job, but it's something that needed to be done for my business to be able to move and go to the next level. So yeah, as risky as it was, it's a risk that I had to take. So in 2017, the following year, I took part in a competition and competing amongst 397 other entrepreneurs. So in that competition, it was a KFM Elite SA. So out of the 397 entrepreneurs, we had to do a business pitch on the radio. There were other listeners. So I made the top 10, and then from the top 10, I made the top one, meaning that I became the 2017 KFM and Leader SA Entrepreneur of the Year. In 2018, out of 160 entrepreneurs, I took part, I made the top 10. Eventually, I became the 2018 Youth Start Cape Town champion. So that was out of 160 entrepreneurs, I became number one. And I won a cash prize and also business supporting equipment and some assistance from CEDA, and I'm still currently working for them. So it was a great opportunity that was organized by the city of Cape Town. On that very same year, I took part in a competition by CEDA, which was a Pitch of Perfect. So it was a national competition. You had to first compete amongst people in the Western Cape, and obviously other people from other different provinces competing with other entrepreneurs from their respective provinces. So I made the top two that went to Joburg to compete nationally with other 20 entrepreneurs and nationally. So in that competition, I got number 11 two out of 20 entrepreneurs. That part, forgot that part, but nonetheless, it was a learning experience. I met awesome people, and I'm still grateful for the opportunity and for privilege to be part of such competitions. So 2022, I was part of the people, 60 entrepreneurs and shakers, and people that are hustling by Bawan. I think the campaign is Bawan. Local hero. So I became a local hero, which we were given a platform, great platform by Bawan to be our faces and what we do to be painted on the walls around our respective townships where we come from. And also there was a cash injection, obviously, to that, which we were to promote the Bawan. And also Bawan had created a great opportunity in promoting us as people that are making moves within our respective communities. So where we currently at, the business is growing. We have plans of expanding and opening stores in Joburg and also a store in the Eastern Cape. We had a store in Joburg between the period of 2017 and 2019. But what affected our store in closing down in 2019, we felt that there was not, the demand was not being met by the supply. So we went back to our drawing board and decided that the best thing to do is to close down and focus more on the production so that we are able to meet the demand. However, we're planning to at least open two stores by next year, which will create two employment opportunities because we feel that we've got customers outside of Cape Town that are purchasing our product, mostly from the Eastern Cape, the PE Gqeberha region, and also in Joburg. So those are the plans that we have to expand the businesses and our business. So yeah, that's basically run about it.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like you have achieved a lot, and I simply understand where you come from. It's been more than 10 years, so you definitely have to have so many milestones on your journey. So, before I speak too much about your business, I'd love to know, man, which school did you attend to study clothing design? Because it seems like they also demand, not really demand, but deserve credit for the work you have put in. So, which school did you attend for clothing design?
Well, in my case, I never attended school to a design school or fashion school. I have honors qualification in HR, so which is completely different to what I'm doing. I feel that the clothing business to me is not something that I've learned, but well, it's self taught. But for me, I believe that it is a talent that I've been given by God. So if I have to give credits to anyone, it definitely goes to the
Okay,
Almighty.
so yeah, I completely understand that the Almighty has all the powers and the Mighty has seen our greatness before we even born. So I completely
Definitely.
understand where you're coming from. So now that you are who you are now, you have been facing challenges once in a while in your business. So how was the first 3 years of your business? Because you started in 2008, and at that time, I don't think people were really focusing on doing clothing, especially around our so-called communities, right? So when you started, which challenges you will never forget that you faced in the first 3 years?
I think the challenges that we face in business in general are different because we firstly are coming from different backgrounds and we are different individuals. So in my instance, the challenge that I faced was to make sure that at that particular time I was still at school. So I just had to make sure that I excel at school, also making sure that the business is generating sales so that it can grow and move forward. I think at that time it was a matter of finding customers and identifying yourself because business is really hard, and you need to make sure that you you find your customers when you're starting. And I think that's the very difficult thing that you need to do. The moment you start to find your customers, that's where you get your that's basically your fuel. That's how you move forward. It inspires you when you get people supporting and buying from your craft. I think that's the direction that we need to take as young Black South Africans. We need to learn to support each other so that we may be able to grow and move forward. And sometimes support is you shouldn't support me because you're supporting a black business. You should buy because you love the product.
Yeah, most definitely. And then who's your biggest supporter?
Well, my biggest supporters are young black individuals between the ages of 18 and 35. That's our key, those are our key customers, the people that are supporting the product. And surprisingly enough, the people that buy our products are people that I they don't know who I am. So that's the power of running a business. People should buy the product not because they support who is running the business, but rather support the product because they love it. So remember, when you run a business, it's all about making the impact. It's not about who does the business or who runs the business. It's about the impact of the product that you are selling. It needs to do the talking. So there's a say that says, whatever you do, you must always let the work do the talking. So I firmly believe in that quote.
Yeah, and definitely works. So, as I'm listening to you, I can tell that you are very motivated about your brand and what you are doing, and it seems like you take credibility for all the things that have been happening in your business. I've been speaking about your brand for quite some time, and there was a guy that I spoke to who said to me, your brand would really make um, good good garments if they were to move into the suit business, like tuxedos and things like that, because they love your logo. So I would love to know, man, who created your logo, who came up with that idea to come with that cool logo.
Well, the inspiration behind our logo, if you look into it, it's two T's. Two T's, which makes T squared. So one T stands for Thabiso, which is my name, and the other T stands for Utapelo, who is my brother. So put the two T's together, it forms T squared. And so yeah, basically that's where the inspiration of the logo comes from.
Yeah, it seems like you are very creative. Huh? So yeah, I love the fact that you have given clarity on that part. So is Thabiso your co-founder, or you the only one who's running and started this business?
Thabiso is the person that you are talking to at the moment. And Tapelo is my brother. He is not involved in the business. The name was the inspiration to start the business.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So, as you are living here in Gugulethu, there's a perception that Gugulethu people love clothing. So, if you are aware of that connotation or that statement or that perception, do you think is that one of the reasons you are succeeding in the fashion business, because of your demographic is filled with people who are already fashion lovers?
I think for me, personally, firstly, it's well, abantu basekhaya bayazithanda impahla, you know. We can't take that away from them. And secondly, style siyaziwa ekhaya. But personally, I we've got good customers in Gugulethu, but our customer base is not limited in Gugulethu. We've got customers in different parts of South Africa. So I cannot fully say Indo Yokubana inspiration, the support that we are getting comes strictly from Gugulethu. Well, Gugulethu, the business, it exists because we have gotten crazy love from where we come from. And it's a beautiful story that there's a brand that is in existence that started in 2008 from Gugulethu that is still in existence. It's a beautiful story that can be used to motivate other people who are aspiring to be in the business. But also, I also want to give the credit to other areas of Cape Town that are supporting us. We've got customer base in Khayelitsha, Kwalanga, Philippi, Lowa, Joburg, and other different parts of South Africa. So I'd love to give the credit to Gugulethu, yes, but also to other areas around South Africa, because we have a lot of lots of customers that are purchasing our products.
Yeah, nice. I can definitely tell that your community is very supportive, because I've been shooting quite some content here in Gugulethu, even though I'm not from this part of community. I'm from Inyang. So when you are running this business on a daily basis, what's that one thing that sticks to you? Maybe the review you've had from your customer. What's that thing that keeps you going on a daily basis? Because we've seen brands come and go. As you can see today, we had to Fila growing up, and then time went, and then you've never saw Fila, and then Chiki Fila is back. So when you've never stopped working from 2008 until today. So what's that validation you get from your customers, and then what's that drive from your side as an individual?
Yeah, you see, when it comes to drive, your biggest fuel in business are always people that are supporting you. And an interesting fact that people do not know is that most of the people that support us are people that do not know the people that are running the business. So that's the majority of the customers that are supporting our business. The people that the ratio, or rather the percent of the people that know us, is quite low than the people that don't know us personally that are supporting the business. I think it goes to back to the power of the impact that you make. If you are good at what you do, or if you let the work do the talking, you'll get customers that don't know the founders or the people behind the business, but support the art. So for us, that's our biggest drive. Knowing that there are people that are supporting the product for its beauty and for its quality and for how good they feel when they're wearing the product. Not because they support this product, because they are supporting a proudly South African brand. I think that's one of the things that we when people support these other black establishments, they need that to support the products or the offerings. The creatives, they need to be supported because of how good they are and the amount of work that they do. Not supporting somebody because you feel that I'm supporting this person in the spirit of supporting the black business. So for us, I think that's our biggest fuel. People support us because they love the work that we do, not support us because it's supporting a black product.
Okay, so do you go to church, and which church do you attend if you do?
Hey, my brother, I pray, brother, I pray every day. I haven't been in church in the longest times, but I pray. I used to go to a church up in Gugulethu, a 5 Roman Catholic church, and then later moved to Hillsong, which is also not too far from Gugulethu, say NY 78. But Bapi is the man, because we work on Sundays sometimes. And usually on Sundays, I use this time to relax a bit, because our times of working are just, we are insanely busy making sure that things are moving in business. And when you're growing a business, people don't understand how busy you can get. Sometimes it always feels that you're making excuses. So, well, there's so much explaining that you have to do to people that are not in business. Unless someone can walk your shoes, they can understand how busy it gets and how stressful the work can be. I'm sure the people that are growing business can attest to what I'm saying.
Hayi noko ndiyabona uba njengamane ndincokola nawe, you keep tapping on things that I'm very much interested in. So I would love to know, man, i-personality yakho, how do people grasp it, okanye how do people look at you, or how wena would describe personality yakho, because of the work that you are doing is so amazing, meaning that the person that you are inside is also someone who's very light-hearted, and you can always achieve more because of you believe in it. So how would you describe yourself, like, as an individual?
I think as an individual, my personality, I am a very okay. Firstly, people have their own different perspective. Someone else can come across to me as make a judgment that I'm full of myself. Not a great person until you get to know me as a person. You just in general life, you cannot judge a book by its cover. I may appear as a person who is great, but to many other different people out there, I can also appear as a different person. Experience are different. But in general, I don't care what people think about me. I am a very helpful person. If you know me personally, I love helping people, and I love I'm a very positive person. We live in a world that's negative. I'm very big on helping people. I believe that whatever you do in life, you need to give your best, 100% best. For you to be able to achieve great results, whatever you do, give your 100%. If you don't want to do it, or if you're doubting yourself, stay away from it, my brother or sister, because you're not going to get the results. So I feel that the work I do, I always make it a point that I'll give it the best of my ability. That's why we are selling these beautiful garments, because they have been given 100% attention. We are not where we are at the moment, but I believe that we'll improve with customer reviews. It's normal when people complain about your work. It's not something that you should take to yourself as a failure. A failure is not failure, but it's an opportunity for you to better yourself. So that's how I look into it. So goes back to what I was saying. You need to make sure that whatever you do, you give your 100%, so that people can support you. If you don't give 100%, it's very easy for the next person to be able to identify that as well. And no one will support you if you don't give your 100%. We've seen great businesses out there that are being supported by millions of people. We don't know the amount of work that was put through to make this business successful. But you can definitely tell when someone gives their 100%, and you can also definitely tell when somebody is not giving that 100% attention to their businesses. So our vision as a brand, it is to become the leading street and urban wear brand in South Africa, and our mission, it is to inspire the youth, the black youth and the kids in the townships to become better human beings, and not all of us will be in business, but it is to just inspire them to become better people, showing them that it's possible to run a business and make it a success in the townships. I always believe that no matter what you do, if you give your 100% and you do your best and you're offering the best service or quality, people will find you no matter where you are. People will still find you no matter where you are. You don't have to be you don't have to be accessible to everybody. People will find you if you're offering the service that they need. Just need to make sure that you give the best of your ability.
Yeah, I'm also learning from what you're saying, because I've been in business for more than 10 years, and I've been focusing on this business full time for like 3 years now. So as you are speaking, I'm picking up so many gems, things that I can also implement on my side. So you speak about 100% putting your effort like 100% all the time. So I want to know, how many employees do you have at the moment?
Currently, the business is there's three of us working here at the factory space, so running production, and one guy that's at the store where we are selling the products. But there's lots of people that are assisting at not just from the production side of business.
Yeah.
We are working on short-term contracts. We've got TMC. What's this thing now called? The people that are sewing, that are helping us as well. Yeah, it's TMCs. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That are working, helping us with production, because it's unfortunate when you run a business you need to know and understand the importance of delegation. I cannot do everything by myself or with the people that I currently have. So some of the work that we do is not well, we've got people that are assisting us that to in our production line of business, and also on the creative side of business. So there's people that we work with on contractual basis, and people that are permanently employed. So the face that you see is not the face that's doing all the work. There's other people that are involved in the process in making your beautiful garments.
Yeah, and I see on your background there's two people in the back, and they are wearing your garments. So are they your brand ambassadors?
Yes, they are models that we are using for campaigns. So there's different campaigns that we do for different seasons. Recently, we had our heritage shop, which dropped in September from I think from the 1st of September until the 31st month in September. That was a limited capsule collection to commemorate and also to celebrate our heritage in South Africa. It was a t-shirt that had different languages, which is relatable to all of us in South Africa. So it was a way of us to to say thank you as a brand, and also to play a part in our heritage, because I feel that our heritage in South Africa is very diverse, and it's something that we don't get to celebrate enough as South Africans. I don't know if we are ashamed of where we come from, and that should never be the case, because our heritage, where we come from, is what makes us who we are. Xhosa, Venda, Shitonga, you name them, Sesotho, Sizulu, Afrikaans, English. Our languages, they define who we are, and we should always carry them in our hearts, and always remember that they make us who we are, and we should always embrace and not only think that English is what makes us better. And it should not define, English should not be a tool that defines one's intelligent. So because you cannot speak English, it doesn't mean that you are not smart. And because people are different, and people have been granted different capabilities and different talents. So we need to learn to appreciate each other, and also embrace our languages and just embrace our heritage, because South Africa is our land.
Yeah, most definitely. I fully agree with that. Since we were speaking about missions, have you ever showcased your clothing line on a fashion show before?
Well, I have taken part in different fashion shows. The most recent fashion show that we took part in, I think it was back in 2019 at the CTICC. So I think it was Source Africa. So we had a space to showcase our products where people could buy, and also a platform for us to be able to get our products on the pedestal for models to model in our garments. So it was a great platform. Things that I wasn't happy about that were done, but nonetheless, I believe, for me personally, that like as I've mentioned, I'm a firm believer that whatever you do, if you give your 100%, people will find you no matter where you are. So for us, I think all the milestones, all the lessons, and things that never went right in our business are hurdles to make us to become stronger and to become better, and to make sure that we do and give our 100% ability in growing the business and taking it forward.
So it sounds like you will never go on another fashion show based on your experience. So as a fashion designer, that you believe that people will find you, and there are people out there who are also designers that are struggling to get maybe even 10 customers for 1 month. So what's your message or encouragement to them?
My advice on people that are aspiring or people that are in business of fashion, you need to market your business. You need to believe in yourself. You need to market yourself on social media. Social media has made it very easy for us to reach as many people as possible. Take advantage of paid promo ads. They are very helpful. There's just lots of business that you can get on social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, you name them. You even use your WhatsApp statuses, to market your brand. That's how you grow. That's how you can grow. And I think the main thing that we lack as people in business is very tough. It's very, 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 very tough. In business, you need to have patience. You can never survive if you don't have patience, because Rome was not built in a day. So you need to always consider and always put in mind that great things, they take a while to happen. Things can happen for the people around you. It doesn't mean that they're not going to happen for you. So, and also, we need to believe in ourselves more, and consume the product that we are offering, or the service that we are offering to the public. I wear my products all the time. I'm wearing my bucket hat as we speak, wearing my hood top. So you need to consume your own, and that's consuming your own product. It means you believe in what you're doing, and make sure that you look good. So self-belief is very important in what you do, in every aspect of life, in whatever you're doing. People will never believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. So that's the message that I would love to send out to aspiring fashion designers, or people that are wanting to be in the business of fashion.
Okay, so before I let you go, I want to know, since you live here in Gugulethu, how was your upbringing? So do you believe that it has helped you to stay grounded and achieve the things you have achieved so far in your business, or you believe that being a self believer made you prosper even more, even if your background was good or bad, it doesn't matter, but the fact that you believed in yourself took you from where you were to where you are today?
Yeah, I think where you come from has an influence towards your life. But I mean, with different people, you need to be very strong-willed as an individual. You need to be very strong-willed. There's so many different influences in our townships. Crime rates are very high. If you don't believe in yourself, it won't work, my brother. You just need to be very strong-willed and just know and believe in yourself. You must always believe in yourself. You can never get to where you want to be, or at least move to the next level, if you don't believe in yourself. You need to be very strong. There's lots of influences. We've seen great people becoming drug addicts. That's all through influence. And also, influence is a big thing in today's generation. People are easily influenced. There's great people that have messed up their own careers due to influence, messing up with the wrong people. So the importance of being strong-willed is it cuts out all the negative influence. It also always brings you to reality of the things that you are planning to achieve, and also always reminds you that look, despite everything negative that's happening around me, it doesn't mean that I need to pay attention to it. I need to actually pay attention to my goals and make sure that I see my goals and my dreams coming to fruition.
Dope. So before I completely let you go, I would love to know how can people get your garments? Like, where do they buy them? Where could they go if they want to buy? And can you list maybe your social platforms so they can also check out the things that you have in store at the moment?
We are on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram at T Squared SA, T Squared SA. We also have a website. People can also buy online. It's www.tsquaredsa.co.za. We have a physical store where people can walk in and make their purchases at number 1 Kanya Crescent Station Park, Gugulethu, 7750. Also reachable on social media. It's Thabiso Mokomele on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter.
Okay, nice. So we're gonna have another guest next time, which will be somebody else. We don't know for sure who will it be. So what question do you want to ask that person in advance so that when we start the show, they're gonna answer your question even if they never saw you before. So, and then it's just gonna be that chain of conversations when we start our podcast again. So what question do you have for our next guest?
I think maybe for your next interview, you could ask a person of why. Firstly, what is it that they are doing? I mean, it's a question that you would ask anyway, but I think the question for me would be, when you leave the world, what would you want to be remembered for? Not for the stuff that are for you, but what impact you gonna make someone else's life better. So for me, impact is a big thing. So that's the next question that you maybe can ask the guest.
Yeah. No, we're definitely gonna do that. So let me say thank you for your time and thank you for your attendance and thank you for your hospitality and everything that you had given us. And we really enjoyed this conversation with you. And we do hope that you prosper in life and self-belief is what you preach. And we're so grateful that you even took the time from your busy schedule to have this conversation with us. So let me say thank you and we are out. So thanks to everyone who's viewing this video. We hope that you enjoy this conversation. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll see you on the next one. We out. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.